Hey, what's going on, everyone? Alex with the World of Whasian channel, and I hope you all are doing absolutely fantastic. Behind us is the shrimp cube, not the shrimp generator, but the shrimp cube that used to be on my desk, but it is now on this little entertainment center just under our TV. And it's going on 200 days old now. For those of you who saw the last video that I posted, not the last video for this specific tank, but the last video that I uploaded before this one, I did touch briefly on this about the snowball shrimp in here and not making it. I've been having a hard time keeping the general hardness and the carbonate hardness up in this tank, and today we're going to be solving that. So I have a piece of Marco rock right here, which is basically just pretty much straight calcium, and this is going to go a long way. We are going to be putting a hang on the back filter on here, and we're going to be crushing this up, putting this in the back of the hang on the back filter to just help raise the overall hardness of this tank as well as the KH levels in here. Before we get started, I'm just going to go ahead and top off some of my tanks here. It has been super dry here. Obviously it's winter right now, and it's been like -5 degrees Fahrenheit, mind you. But yeah, pretty crazy. It's just been wild here in Indianapolis, and with that comes extremely dry air inside and outside, so the evaporation has just been through the roof. Just topping off the Endler green neon ecosystem here, and I think this is the one tank that we're gonna have to tear down when we move. a lot of people ask me, how do I keep this betta fish in here with shrimp? And, you know, DJ Mustard here is actually extremely chill, and I'm very fortunate. But that can't go without saying that a lot of betta fish have the stigma of being extremely aggressive. And that's partly true. They are Siamese fighting fish. Yeah, they can be territorial. But that being said, a lot of betta fish aggression really does kind of come from the fact that they are mistreated, I would say 95% of the time. The thing is that these fish are marketed as a creature that can be kept in a small plastic container, and that's honestly where a lot of the aggression comes from. Because the reality is if you put any fish in a small plastic container with other fish, it's going to start throwing hands. If you put two guppies in a small plastic container, they're probably going to start fighting. I know if I was put in a small plastic container, I'd probably also be pretty agitated as well. I wouldn't be happy, that's for damn sure. Yeah, it really does come down to the personality of the fish. And this all can't go without saying, monitor the behavior of your fish, especially within the first week of putting them in their new environment. Every fish is unique, and every fish has its own personality, and that seems to be a thing that a lot of people don't seem to realize. So back to this shrimp cube here. One thing that's really cool about this tank is I've been trimming the Taiwan moss. Now this is originally from the Taiwan moss being trimmed from the little island section up top. And everything that falls in here as a result of that trimming, I just let it grow as part of the carpet. And the Taiwan moss has kind of been intertwining with the microstory to make it just look more lush. It really contributes to the carpet effect. So what I've been doing is I've just been trimming the moss, and yeah, I've just been trimming it down and just simply not removing it, and I just kind of let it settle and find its place. And what that results in is just a carpeting effect of Taiwan moss, and I really like the way that this stuff grows, and it's incredibly low maintenance. This is a low-tech tank. And yeah, the hope is at some point it'll just kind of cover the entire bottom of the tank. I think it'll look really cool. It's come a long way in this carpet. It's pretty crazy actually. Yeah, Liliopsis brasiliensis, it does pretty well in low-tech environments. It takes its time, but it's certainly possible. And it definitely carpets faster than other plants like dwarf hairgrass. So as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I'm having a hard time keeping the KH, the carbonite hardness, up in this aquarium. I have used Chem Equilibrium in the past, but it doesn't seem to be cutting it, at least not effectively anyway. So we're going to try something else here. I have a piece of Marco rock. For those of you who don't know, Marco, the company, they do reef supply, and they're just basically just straight up calcium carbonate. So this should be a really good tool in raising the KH in its aquarium. So I have a hang on the back filter, and we're going to go ahead and mash up some pieces of this and put it back here along with our filter sponge, and it should help slowly raise the carbonite hardness of this aquarium. And mind you, we're only going to be doing a little bit for starters, and we'll kind of slowly start to up that, and as a result, hopefully we'll see the shrimps have babies in here more often, and hopefully some of the more selective breeds of shrimp that we introduce to this cube in the future won't have such a hard time, because as I've mentioned previously in other videos, I did have some snowballs in here and they didn't really do too well. So I'm going to try to get that KH up and see if we can keep it steady. Alright, so as you can see, we have our little chunks of micro rock that we just beat to death with a hammer. Hang on the back filter, and we have a little filter sponge in here. Pretty straightforward. And I'm just going to go ahead and put some of these in here, in the back. And so yeah, we'll just put a little in there and keep an eye on it, see how it does. Yeah, we'll just kind of go from there. So, and as always, be sure to prime the filter before you plug it in. So, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and let this filter run, and hopefully things work out. Well, everyone, it's been roughly 3 days since I put the micro rock in the hang on the back filter, and I'm watching shrimp swim around and such, and it seems to be working out. They're all swimming around and grazing on things, so I think things are good. As always, I'll keep you all updated on what goes on in here, and I'll be sure to keep you updated if things go horribly wrong or if things improve. You know me, that's what I do on the channel. So I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.